My name is Lou Sierra and I'm the Media Specialist at Lifeline Harbour to Hawkesbury, Sydney in Gordon. It is my pleasure to introduce the transitional videos produced by the Veterans Wellbeing Centre Hornsby. We hope you will find these informative and helpful. The following transitional video is an interview with Army Veteran Natalie at the Hornsby RSL Club.
Hi Natalie, how are you?
I'm good, George, yes.
Thanks for coming along today. Can you just give us a bit of an idea of your background and why you decided to leave the ADF, please?
Yeah, I left the ADF in 2022 in February. I started in 2018. I have been in for 4 years and I served in the Transport Corps as a cargo specialist.
All right, but why did you decide to leave the ADF?
I decided to leave because I really wanted to stay in my location.
Yep.
So changing location all the time, I decided that I wanted to try new opportunities and to expand my career choices.
And you're into modelling, I think, now?
I am, so modelling and fashion.
Right.
And yes, now I'm pursuing those careers.
Good. Was it a difficult process in applying to discharge from the Army?
It was challenging at first, although with the support of my teammates and the chain of command, I had been able to process through, especially with the transition coach that I had at the end.
Good. Well done. Natalie, did you find the process in applying for discharge and transitioning into civilian life difficult while you're still in?
I found it slightly challenging, just not knowing exactly the process and the knowledge behind what I was doing.
Yep.
And the way that I used my colleagues and my chain of command by asking questions, I ended up having to know a little bit more about the process, and then as provided, I was given a transition coach.
So a transition coach, that's someone that helps you leave the Army.
It's a transitioning into civilian.
All right.
Yes.
So what do they help you with? Like things like Medicare and things like that?
So they follow through from your discharge form. So they make sure that everything has been finalised with pay, medical, dental, all of what you have into the civilian life. They also make sure that you're going to be stable for housings and any other career choices that you have.
So they actually take care of you and make sure that you're organised and got all your business sorted before you even leave. I think that's great.
They do, yes.
That's a good idea, because I know in my day that didn't happen. You just discharged and you left. It was up to you to find your own way and to do your own thing. So I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Right. Was there any help with like mental health or well-being involved in all this as well?
Yes, yeah. So they end up asking you, you need to provide your own personal base. Say if you need help, if you do need help, then you do need to ask, because without asking, they will just go straight to the next process. So they offer you open arms, they offer talking to your mates and talking to Padre as well.
All right. Now, once you've discharged, you were telling me the other day that they actually still take care of you or offer you help once you're out again, like training or something and money involved. How does that work?
So yes, I said that they actually give you, from the date that you've discharged, that it's 12 months after, you can still go back to talk to your transitions coach.
Even though you're out?
Even though you're out,
okay.
yes. And with that, you can ask for support. They can give you moral support. They can give you base support on what your situation is. They also offer you career support if you are struggling, if you need to get a course. And they give you a certain budget that you will then be reimbursed based on that course.
You could actually apply for a training course.
Yes.
Pay for it yourself and then claim the money back out of that allowance.
Correct.
Isn't this great? Because, you know, a lot of times you think that when you leave the military that they really don't take any care of you, and that's what a lot of us older veterans still think happens now. So there is things available and services available for you.
Yes, but it's up to the person to really ask.
Right, okay. We talked about discharge before and transitioning. Now, what support's available once you get out? I know you set things up with your warrant officer in transitioning prior to leaving, but once you're out, can you go back and see him? Or is there any other help available?
Yes, so you have that 12 months from your discharge date. You can speak to him, but you have to go back to talk to him to ask those questions. Once he has finalised your transitions from defence,
Yep.
he has processed everything that he's needed to do. So then it's up to you to go back to him.
So you would work with your transitioning warrant officer, whoever that might be, to get you organised and prepared to move into civilian life.
Yes.
And you've done all that. Now you're outside. Within that 12 months, you can contact him. Would you do that by email or telephone call or something? How would you contact him?
Yep, so preferably by email,
Yep.
depending on the person. But yes, you could contact them by email or phone number.
Okay, so you might decide, I know you're talking about modelling. If you want to do a modelling course, how would you fund that? I know you've got this money available, but how do you do that?
So I'd have to send an email to him with the information. I'd have to describe to him why I want to proceed with the modelling course.
You would have to justify it because they're not going to hand money out for you just to do any old course.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. But, you know, you're in transport. Would you consider doing something in transport now that you're out? Or do you want to go away from that?
I didn't really see myself in the transport. I loved driving trucks and operating machinery, but I thought for the long-term career, I wanted something different.
Good
so
idea,
I've chosen something in fashion.
Right, so you would then apply for it all. Your warrant officer would then process the paperwork for you and help fund that modelling course.
Yes, once that was approved, they would get back to you with a form that would give you the allowance, and once that allowance is through, then you have to provide the organisation for the courses that you are doing, and they will reimburse you from that.
So really transitioning from the military isn't as difficult as some people might think. You've got someone to help you prior to discharge, someone to walk you through all the paperwork. Once you've discharged, you've then got someone to support you for another 12 months, which is a great idea. It helps you get on your feet. What about something like the Veterans Wellbeing Centre or the RSL or Open Arms or Lifeline? Do you think they'd be worth looking into to offer some more support?
They could offer more support. They only offer open arms and talking to mates. Once transitioning out of defence, you can't really talk to the padres, so it's more referred to other help and helplines. But yes, the more helplines would be better.
So something like this transitioning video that we're working on now would be able to provide some information to young or older veterans leaving to give them some idea. So rather than looking on a website and going through all the details on a website, we'll have people like yourself who have just transitioned to explain the system.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Natalie, thank you very much for being part of the Veterans Wellbeing Centre Hornsby transition video. I wish you all the best for your future.
Thank you, George.
For further information on the Veterans Wellbeing Centre here at Hornsby, the information will be at the end